In this video, I'm just going to be doing a complete guide on what to keep, what not to keep, sort of how to manage your stash and storage and everything that you sort of need in the game. I'm going to explain it really simply. I've seen a few videos and they are really obviously high quality, but I think maybe they're a bit confusing, some of them that I've seen, especially for new players. So I just sort of wanted to sit down with you here and just sort of explain to you really easily sort of what you need to keep. I feel like one of the main things in this game that I struggled with at the start was sort of understanding what I should keep, what I should sell, what I should get rid of, and yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare. So I just wanted to explain it to you guys really easy, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy it. If you do, please leave a like, and yeah, let's jump straight into the video. So what we're going to do is obviously I'm just going to start and I'm going to order my stash by category, right? So let's just do that. So if you guys do the same, then we're sort of on the same page and you can sort of do it in line with this video really. So see at the top here, we're going to get all of the these things where you can put on, right, to get like the extra backpack, and that it's the augments, right? So what I want to quickly say is any free loadout augments that you have, like this one here, right, what you're going to want to do is go over onto traders first, right? We're going to go down onto this guy, which is Lance, right? And as you can see there, we're literally going to trade the free loadout. So when you can go and you've got unlimited free loadouts, right? When you come back and you collect that free loadout, what we're going to do is we're going to trade it, because we don't really want that in the inventory. So we're just going to trade that for either a tactical or a looting loadout. So that's one thing I recommend to you guys, so that you don't have loads of free loadouts all sitting there. Obviously, I don't need this many looting ones, right? So realistically, I could probably just hit triangle and just sell. The free loadouts sell for 100, right? And these augments, obviously that one's durability is a bit low. These augments sell for 640 when they've got max, what do you even call that, durability, right? So you can already make some money there. So for example, I could already go get some free loadouts, right? You go to the shop, trade them, and I've got these there. You don't need this many, right? I just think it's better to go in with these than the free loadouts, really, because you can basically loot more stuff, right? So that's there. So realistically, I would sell like 3 of these, so I don't really need some of them. So that's just sort of sorting out those bits there. For the shields here, right, you do not need to go into a game, obviously, with this many shields. So I don't need to have these many shields in my stash, right? So what I'll do is I'll look at the durability for these, and I'll see, okay, hold on a minute. That one's got 61. I do not need that. So if you want to recycle it, you can, or you sell it, right? I'll explain a bit more about recycling in a minute. For me, I'm just going to fucking sell that, and I'll sell that one as well. All right. Once again, I might sell some of these, okay? And that's sort of that. So you get free light shields when you go into the game with a free loadout, so you don't need loads of them because you can get them at unlimited times, right? So I'd only realistically keep the ones with 100 durability, right? Because I can just get a free one whenever I go into a game, or obviously you can buy one in the shop, so you don't really need this many. Obviously I've got a medium and a heavy shield there. I've got one of those. Until the durability goes down or they break, I'll keep them. I won't really get rid of them. So yeah, I'd recommend having like maybe like 3 light shields and then a medium and heavy shield, or sort of thinking that to your play, but you don't need to stack up on shields like I have here, right? So let's go again. Now we're going to go on to the weapons, right? As you can see here, I've got quite a few amount of weapons here. I've got like, what, 17 guns? I would sell loads of these, right? I've obviously just collected these. Only sort of keep what you're playing with and what sort of goes to your play style, right? So I would sort of go into a game and try all these out and sort of test what you want, okay? Obviously, as you can see here, like I've got 3 anvils, for example. Obviously, one of them's at a different level to the other 2. So realistically, I could just sell one of these because I don't really need 3 of them, right? I use the anvils a lot, though, with my playstyle, so I'll sort of keep those. I mean, these pharaohs, I've got, what, 3 pharaohs here. I could sell one of those. My point is, sell the weapons that you're not really using that much. You don't really need. If you want to keep sort of one of each weapon, fine, but you don't need this many. Once again, especially the grey weapons, you can drop into a game with a free loadout. Again, those free loadouts are actually so essential in this game, and you can literally get any of these guns completely for free when I drop in. So yeah, only keep the guns that you're sort of really using. Maybe keep 1 copy of each gun if you just want one there, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend stacking all these guns sort of as I have here. Obviously this stash is not the perfect stash, which is why I want to show you guys, because I would sell some of this. I'd get rid of some of this, right? So for example, I'd get rid of obviously this rattler here. We've got, what's that, level 4, so I would keep that, right? I'd probably sell this level 1 one because I don't really need that. The kettle I don't really use at all, so I would sell that. The hairpin I don't mind. I've got, what have I got there? I've got 3 farrows. I'd get rid of these 2 because I only really use this one, right? And then I'd get rid of an anvil and I'd keep the other bits. So that would already take me down by about, what, 6 or 7 spots, right? Then again, with the ammo, you don't need to stack up on this much ammo. Ammo is quite easy to find. It's easy to buy as well. It's good to obviously have lots of ammo, right? But only for the guns that you're using. Like if you're never running a shotgun, right, maybe have, yeah, a stack, 2 stacks of shotgun bullets if you ever do decide to. But if you're not running it, just sell it, right? Light ammo, if you're not using that a lot, just sell it. Maybe have like 6 stacks of bullets for each one, maybe, depending what you're using. So if you're never using heavy weapons, just sell the ammo, right? Like you don't need to stack up on it. Have 2 stacks there just in case you want to drop into a game and use that sort of weapon. But remember, this is really easy to get back. Like it is an extraction shooter. You don't need to sit on this forever. You could go into a game, kill someone, they've got like 3 stacks of it anyway. So you can just, yeah, my advice, keep the ammo that you would need. So for example, the bullets I'm mainly using is heavy ammo, right? I'm not really using any light ammo, so I could probably sell about 6 stacks of this, right? Just completely get rid of it, right? Do I need the money? Not really, but it just frees me up some sort of stash space, okay? Same with the medium ammo. I mean, I sort of keep that. I'd probably get rid of this 37, keep 4 stacks. The shotgun bullets I use sometimes, so I'd keep those, yeah. So that's just that. For the weapon attachments, right? Instead of just stacking them up here in your inventory, right, unless you're waiting to find the right gun for a certain attachment, put these on your gun. Literally just put them on the weapon. If you don't want them, sell them. Don't just stack these like I have there, right? Literally put the gun in, right? You put the gun in here and then you attach a weapon to it. For those of you that don't know how to do it, right, what I would do, for example, is I would put in, let's just say, I'm trying to, because you can only, so if I put in the stitcher, right, and then I've got this extended light mag, I would click on this and I'd go over to the stitcher and click on it, and as you can see, it's applied it there. So just as you can see, some of these you can't, so like a stable stock I could put on the stitcher there, right, and I could put these on so that they're just sitting there in your inventory. You don't need them, right? So apply them to a weapon, right? Very easy. Right, carrying on to these next things, right? So, there's some items here that I want to keep, like binoculars. You might end up with loads of pairs of them. Just only keep 1 pair of binoculars. This I'm keeping on because I got this from that battle pass thing, so I'm going to keep that for now. And then all your sort of lethals here and weapons here. So if we go down, right, all of these here, actually look, even if I go here, so basically everything here upwards, right, so I think there's 4 lines, so like 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40... 44, 48, 52, wow, this is crazy, 56, and what, 60? That's 60 items roughly. Maybe I did that a bit wrong, right? But there's about 60 items there in my stash that I, like, obviously I would say get rid of, right? Obviously don't, but you don't really need all of it. Like bandages, right? I've got like 6 stacks here. It's obviously always good to have bandages, but you can make them so easily. So if you're looking at getting, if you want some more sort of stash space, just always keep like 4 stacks on, depending what you're sort of using. I don't really use the adrenaline shots, but it's good to keep, so maybe I'd keep a stack of those. I always have shield rechargers, so maybe stock up on those. It's not bad having a couple of stacks of them. These defibs, I use those a bit, but 4 stacks, do I really need it? I'd probably get rid of one of these. And then, what lethals are you using a lot, right? Like, obviously these deadlines are really good to keep, by the way. Keep them because it's good to take down big bosses with, so I'd keep those. But I mean, some of these, like for example, I'm not really using, obviously I'm using heavy fuse grenades, but do I really need this many? No, I'd probably sell these here and just have 2 stacks. My point is, you don't need to sit there and just stack and stack all these items, right? I could sell so many of these. Like this gas grenade, I don't really use that much, so I could just get rid of those. Get rid of this smoke grenade, it already gives me another spot there. So think about all the things that I've said so far, the amount of spots that we would have kept, right? I mean, that we would have freed up. Probably about 30, 40 things there, right? Just think about those, alright? Now we're jumping down to these cards. I would always keep these cards here, these surveillance keys, because it's good for the map where you sort of need that. These are great to have, you get better loot with them, so keep these, don't sell these or anything. Zip lines, I'd keep like 2 stacks of those if you're using them quite a bit. These door blockers are great. Do I need 3 stacks of them? Not really, so I'd sort of get rid of some of them. And yeah, that sort of goes from there. So now I'm going to talk about more what items to keep here in this bit, which is sort of going to be a big part of what you're keeping, and about recycling. So now we're going to sort of dive into that part of the video, okay? So what I would do if I was you is I would quickly hit tab, go to logbook, right? And as you can see there, there's tracked resources. I'm guessing quite a lot of you know this. For those of you that don't, right, what you can do, right, is if you want to upgrade something, so let's say the gear bench, right, if I want to upgrade this gear bench to level 2, right, I can click track, right, on these items, okay, so that whenever I'm in a game and I'm looting, I'm dropping in, I'm going around, right, and I'm looking for stuff, those items will appear with a little eye on them. As you can see up there, arc motion core, it has a little eye in the top right corner. That's because I need these items for something in my logbook, right? So it tells me in the logbook what items I need, how many I need of them, and in that way you know what to keep and what not to keep, right? So that should already help you, some of you guys out, right? So when you're going through anything here with an eye on, I know that I need, okay? The stuff that doesn't have an eye on, I know I don't really need, okay? That I can sort of get rid of, but we're going to see about that, right? So firstly, I just want to say one thing. In terms of crafting materials, it's always good to have a couple of stacks. I'd probably say about 6 stacks personally of chemicals, fabric, metal parts, plastic parts, rubber parts. These are obviously okay to keep. I think it's always good to keep about 6 stacks of those, right? And then when you're using them, when you're crafting stuff, then just obviously recycle to get more. Nearly all of this will all recycle into getting these parts, okay? So when you see that there, right, you can find these parts in the map anyway, right? But all of these items here, all these random items, like these arc alloys, these wasp drivers, a lot of them already recycle. When you recycle them, they get these parts anyway. That's what they recycle down into. So always remember that, right? So you don't need to stack too many items here. So for example, I'd get rid of 2 of these stacks because I don't need it, right? I'd get rid of 2 of these stacks because I only want to keep 6. 2 of these, I'd get rid of 3 of these, right? And that's already freeing me up. Jesus, look how many I've got here. I'd get rid of 2 of these stacks as well because I don't need that many of these, right? 6 stacks is more than enough, right? These are really good to keep, right, because you craft quite a lot of things with these, like the shields and a few other things, but you can find them so easily in the map. So again, I'd probably keep like 6 stacks of these. I'd get rid of this stuff, right? And obviously I'm saying 6 stacks and this many stacks to my stuff based on my stash of 256 items. When you're playing, however big your stash is, you need to sort of work it out. So if yours is like 180, maybe you only want 4 stacks of each. And you need that sort of like mentality to even play the game in the first place, right? So I'd sort of get used to that, right? Just another thing on that eyeball thing, right, where it says there what you need. Simple gun parts, you're always going to need quite a lot of them. I'd stack those, right? But where it says the eyeball, right, so for example, what's this? This is a tick pod, right? So when I go to my tracked resources, as you can see, tick pod, I need 8 of them, right? As you can see there, when I go down, how many have I got? I've got 9. So I could sell one of these because I don't need any more. I need 8 tick pods to craft what I need, so I could just sell one or recycle one, okay? So just always keep an eye on that because sometimes you end up stacking loads of stuff because it's got an eyeball on, but you don't need that many of it, okay? Now the next thing I want us to talk about is sort of recycling and crafting bits, right? Obviously these are your epic items. I think it's quite good to keep a lot of these, right? But you also want to check what they recycle into, right? So if I click recycle, I can see here that if I recycle this, 2 of the items I actually need are on there. So if I recycle this, I get 2 of the items I need for crafting stuff that I need in my logbook, right? What you need to work out as a player is it worth that or is it worth the money? So is it worth keeping this magnetic accelerator for something, right? Is it worth recycling this into items to make something, or is it just better to sell it, right? If these items, right, if I go on to recycle, right, can I find these items really easily? Advanced mechanical components, arc motion core. In my opinion, I find these quite regularly, right? So I'd probably just sell this for the 5.5 Gs that it sells for, right? Because I know that I can find those items. However, if I wanted it really easily, I would just recycle that, get those items, Bob's your uncle. You know what I mean? So you're looking all right. Same with these other bits. Maybe I go spectrum analyzer, recycle these things here. I don't need any of these items. I don't need sensors. I don't need Exodus modules, right? And also when I recycle this into that, I can probably recycle this again into more of these parts. Everything recycles into something mostly for the best part. You'll see some things don't recycle. So always keep an eye on that, right? So obviously I need these things, right? So I'm going to leave these ones with the eyeball, right? Broken guidance system. Let's have a look at that. Recycles into processors. I don't need any processors right now. Are they good to keep? Have I got any? I mean, I've got 5 processors there. I don't really need any more. So what would I do? I would just sell that. But what you can also check is this, right? So broken guidance system. One of these sells for 2k, and they give you 4 processors. How much do these sell for? The same. The exact same, right? So I would just sell that. I'll literally just get rid of that. I don't need it. Damaged heatsink. Let's see. Recycle. Metal parts you get from literally anything. Wires I can find anywhere. I'm not recycling that. I'm selling it. At the start of the game, it's probably going to be good to just recycle a load of stuff, right? And then sort of where I'm in the game right now, I sort of sell a lot more. So it just sort of depends what you need. My point is, just always keep an eye on sort of what you need, what's going on, and you sort of just need to, every game you come out, because you're going to collect a lot of stuff, you're going to need to constantly be doing that. Just adapt to it, right? Another quick tip as well for you guys is always fill this out, right? So for example, I'd put in the looting kit here. Let's say I put in a light shield, right? I can actually start putting stuff in. So I can put my gun, I can put 2 stacks of bullets, right? I might put in, what do I want? I want 2 stacks of bandages, shield recharges, and some defibs, right? Maybe I want to put in another gun as well. That keeps my stash down as well, keeping stuff in here. So make the most of just putting stuff in your inventory as well, into your loadout. So yeah, I hope that has helped you guys out. I know it was a little bit all over the place, but yeah, there's sort of quite a lot to go over in this game. I hope you sort of got something out of that. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of this video. Was it terrible? Was it awful? Or was it okay? Did you sort of learn something from it? Any questions, let me know. I've been enjoying this game a lot, to be honest. It's been quite good. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please subscribe and leave a like. Hopefully see you around on another video. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.